welcome everyone to our December episode of Conversations. Just a reminder, if you ever have a question you would like us to respond to, you can write to us at conversations@archlu.org. Okay, now, Archbishop, this has been a very busy month. Look at what we're dealing with right now. We have Advent. We have just had Thanksgiving. We're getting ready for Christmas and a whole new year ahead. But the big news is you, just a few weeks ago, got elected president of the USCCB, the Bishops' Conference in the United States. This gives us a chance to talk with you today about what that means for you, for the U.S. Church, for us as a local diocese. Yeah. So first of all, congratulations, but fill us in.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks very much. And yeah, isn't it a great thing for us to find ourselves in a new church year with having just celebrated the wonderful gathering with Christ the King and the honoring of so many people with papal honors. It is also a great gift to be able to serve now as president of the Bishops' Conference. You know, Brian, when I was interviewed on a couple of occasions, people said, well, what is it? Is it a political election? And I was able to explain to them that within the church, these elections are really not political. They're not about those who win and those who lose, but they're really acts of service. And in fact, thank God we had the example of the election of Pope Francis this year, really as a way of talking about Christ being the center of our church and we being open to that service. Now, as president, there are some responsibilities, and I'm really eager to do them. I mean, as you probably can tell, I was happy that the bishops did support my being the president, and really am happy to serve. The Bishops' Conference, I guess if you want to talk about what the president is, you have to know a little bit about the Bishops' Conference. Obviously, the president is called to serve and to maintain unity in Christ. They're the really strong things he's to do. What does a Bishops' Conference do? We're not another bureaucratic level. Thank God we don't have these corporate levels. A local bishop, in serving his people, is appointed by our Holy Father, the Pope, and relates directly to the Pope. A Bishops' Conference is supposed to facilitate that. And so one of the first things we'll be doing, and we've done it now since the Second Vatican Council, and even before in different forms, is assisting local bishops. Okay. As you know very well, with all the work you do with strategic planning, there are many ministries and institutions within a particular diocese. And the job of the Episcopal Conference is to find ways to provide support. And that assisting is important. The second one, probably most people know. They hear, well, the Bishops' Conference took this position on immigration, or has been working on religious freedom, or there's something dealing with the right to life. And all of these issues relate to vital issues of our day. And I like to say it this way, that faith enriches public life. And that's basically what we do on a national level. The bishops, hearing and consulting with so many people, bring together concrete strategies and proposals so that our faith can enrich public life. We're not imposing our faith on anyone, as you well know, but we are participating as good citizens. And that's a second, maybe most visible role of a Bishops' Conference. The third one is also interesting, and we'll be exercising it a little bit this year, is the relationship that our United States Episcopal Conference has with other Episcopal conferences on every continent of the world. All over the world. And always united with Pope Francis. So, as you know, you and I have been working on preparations for the Synod that will be called next October, and I'll be privileged to participate in that as the president. These are ways in which I think we can bring together pastoral strategies that we hope will eventually have a great effect on what happens in the daily lives of people, obviously of Catholics, but also of people of goodwill. We are seeking to work for the common good, always with the goal. You and I are called to become saints. So, I mean, just as we're called to become saints, that's basically what we know all of us are called to do.
You know, I'm sure there'll be lots more to talk about all of those topics in the coming year, particularly that synod piece. Now, right after the election, there was loads of national media. And then there became the questions for the local media and the local church. And the number one question we kept hearing was, will he still be our Archbishop? Are we losing him? And I know you gave a good answer to that, but why don't we, for our audience today?
Sure. Well, thanks, Brian. That's a very valid question. And certainly the role of being a president does have its claims. I've come up with a percentage. Is it a good percentage or not? I don't know. But my guess is that, first of all, I will be remaining as the Archbishop, and I'm really grateful to be able to do. Good. I'm happy to hear that. And my guess is that probably 75% of my time will continue to remain right here locally, maybe 25% on the road. Thank God for the internet, huh?
Yeah.
That you and I, you know it as well as I do, with answering emails, that sometimes even within the regular routine of service within the Archdiocese, I'll be able to still answer questions and being involved on decisions on a national level. So good news for me, I stay. I stay living where I am. I'll still have that great opportunity to, I hope, visit the monks at the Abbey of Gethsemane for a day of prayer each month. And I'm delighted I'll be able to do both.
Do you have a sense what the first year is going to bring? Because I know you just got started, but what do you think?
Yeah, much as will be, of course, continuing things, because in many ways, on a national level, there is a responding to what's on the horizon. In fact, isn't that what the proclamation of the gospel is? Cardinal George has a beautiful expression. He says that in every age, the Church's responsibility is to introduce Christ once again. And that's basically what we're doing as a people. I don't mean just the bishops, but all of the Church is asked to, in a sense, introduce Christ, and especially in areas where there's both joys and sufferings. The beautiful statement, it was an apostolic exhortation called Evangelii Gaudium. The joy of the gospel is the message we got from Pope Francis. And he's going to be helping us also in setting priorities and agenda for the coming year. Of course, the Synod in October will be a big help for us on that.
No doubt. I think it's going to be exciting for us, besides for you, because we get a close-up view then of kind of the national and the universal church.
True. That's one of the benefits, and I'm fond of saying that within the Archdiocese of Louisville, we have priests and lay leaders, obviously Archbishop Kelly, whom I succeeded, all have had the pattern of generous service beyond the borders of our diocese, our archdiocese. So continuing that will be something that I think will enrich us.
Yeah. How about those who've come before you? Do you end up working with them still, or is it all new leadership at conference?
Oh, very good question. Well, one of the blessings is that Cardinal Dolan, as the past president, will be a member of our administrative board for the first year.
Okay.
And of course, you know how I am. I'm already talking to some past presidents to pick their brain and learn some things that they have found successful, and knowing the challenges. So I'm going to be learning a lot from people.
Well, listen. On behalf of all of us in the Archdiocese of Louisville, we want to offer you congratulations. The first day you came back, we stole from the U.S. government. We played Hail to the Chief.
Oh, my gosh.
And that it was just to bring some extra message of how proud we are of you. Yeah. So congratulations, Archbishop.
Thanks,
You're a blessing to us and a blessing to the whole church, and they now know one of our best secrets, and that's you.
That's great. Thank you. You're kind.